So for those of you who didn't see, I recently just made my first ever Supercoach video on the channel where I basically showed you guys some stuff about the new Supercoach 2025 season while also giving you guys a preview of my first draft of my Supercoach team that is going to change 188 different times before the season, of course, does start. Again, it was kind of just my overall thoughts and impressions on the new 2025 Supercoach. So go check that out if you haven't already. But in today's one, I'm going to be reacting to the Richmond team. And again, Richmond have a lot of stuff going on right now. They're going to be a team that everyone and their dad is going to have players in, because look, they've got like all the cheap players. They've got all the players who are going to debut, make a bunch of money, be a legitimate cash cow. I mean, they've got all of the above. So I thought it'd be fun as a massive Richmond fan to go over my thoughts and opinions on the prices and who I think I'll be picking in my team. Again, before we do get into it, there's still a decent amount of you guys who watch these videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me a massive favor by leaving a like on this video, subscribing for more AFL content, sports content, all of the above. I guess without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Yeah, one of the first things I definitely wanted to do on Supercoach 2025 is go on filters over here, go on teams. I want to go on Richmond, and I want to see who the players are. And holy crap, Nick Floston is our most expensive player on 492,000. That can't be right. Please, no. Oh, I think that's just Backman. Thank God. I nearly just had a seizure reading that because, yeah. I think it got worse when I read that Ben Miller was the third most expensive, and I was like, oh my God. If Ben Miller's the third most expensive all up, we're in a bit of trouble here. But yeah, some cheap options for the Tigers. Gibkiss is only 153,000. That is crazy behavior. Campbell Gray's a defender forward. Luke Trainer's on here. Again, I think Josh Gibkiss will be a guy that we will all want to get and pray that he just doesn't die for the third year in a row. In the midfielders though, Timmy T is still 509k. God, Thompson Dow is our fourth most expensive midfielder. Oh my God, bro. So we've got Thompson Dow on here. I don't think anyone will be getting him. Shugo Roll Smith. Jeez, there's not a lot of value here. Even Kane McAuliffe, who I was thinking of maybe being like, look, he could be a low-key good pick here. Even he's 244,000 against Sammy Lawler. I think he'll obviously play round one. And considering Richmond were bad, he'll probably play every single week, obviously. So you'd think he would be a lock. And then, I mean, the obvious lock is Josh Smiley. I mean, you would have to be medically not all there to not put Josh Smiley in your super coach, because again, this guy's going to be an absolute beast. I even made a separate video talking about why I think he will be nearly the rising star favorite. So yeah, you're clinically unwell if you don't have him in your team. But again, speaking of clinically unwell, or people who I guess just don't know, or you know, actually have a life and work a full-time job to not be able to research this, but Taj Houghton, a lot of people are getting in their super coach, and I will say to not do that because he will be out for the first half of the year with an ACL injury, and when he comes back, they'll probably play him a lot of VFL and all of that type of stuff. And then, I mean, yeah, he might debut in the last couple rounds. I'm not sure. He definitely won't come back in the AFL straight away, and they'll try and cruise him into it. So yeah, I don't think you're going to get any of these Richmond players, but you will get Smiley and Lawler, I'm assuming, or at least I personally will. Again, in the ruck, they've got Toby Nankervis, who was actually an interesting choice. A lot of people decided to get in last season. Again, nothing else too interesting here besides Thomas Sims, who could be a guy who I think a lot of people will use as a very cheap ruckman. You know, if they're not looking to make some cash and they're looking to do the loophole glitch with the captain, again, they'll probably bring in Thomas Sims. He's a forward ruck. Unclear if he'll play early on, but again, a lot of people will be switching him up forward if needed as well, doing the loophole with him. So I think he'll be an option that people bring in. And then the forwards, Noah Bolter is listed as a forward on here. $334,000. Morris Rioli Jr., oh my God, is our third most expensive forward. That is criminal. And he's not even 300k. Again, I don't think I'll be bringing in any players here at all. Jacob Bauer, 216. He's an interesting one because he might play early on. Tommy Lynch, again, 183. I mean, can you go past that? Can you go past Tom Lynch at 183,000? I mean, I don't care that he will probably get injured a couple times. Again, touch wood, he doesn't get injured. But can you go with Tom Lynch knowing that there's that massive chance and that even early on, if he plays the first 2 or 3 games, they might rest him or whatever it is? I just don't know. Again, Steely Green, 182k, that's value considering a lot of people say he will play very early on. Jonty Fall, again, 145k. Another guy a lot of people will say will play very early on. And then Harry Armstrong, 113k only for Harry Armstrong. That is crazy considering a lot of people have him as a round 1 lock. So if you can get a guy who is a round 1 lock who will play good minutes straight away at 113, yeah, you're gonna take that. Again, the issue is he's a key forward, so they tend to get dropped pretty easy. And look, Richmond have a bunch of key forward options now. Armstrong, Liam Fawcett, Campbell Gray, Jonty Fall, Tom Lynch obviously will get a game every week. Jacob Bauer's still there. Kazitsky, if they want to move him up forward again. Again, there's rumours he'll be playing down back this year. So many options there, man. Look, the defenders, we didn't really go over that much, but Gibcus, I want to say he's a lock. I want to bring in Josh Gibcus. And Richmond don't really have too many defender options here. They've got all the forward options in the world. They have half the roster nearly listed as a forward. So if you're looking to get some forwards, might be wise to bring in some Richmond players. And then the flex, that's everyone. So this is all the prices, I suppose. This is all of them. Nank and Tim are the only players above 500. Jesus Christ. And there's only 6 players above 400. Oh my God, bro. That is a tough look. And yeah, there's a lot going on here. There will be a lot of players I think people will be bringing in. I think I will probably have at least 4 to 5 Richmond players by round 1, which is exciting because as a Richmond fan, I suppose I never get to bring in players from the Supercoach. So I'm very excited to see that these Tiger players finally get a crack in my team. And yeah, there's some interesting stuff going on here. I think the ones to get, obviously, if I were to say, is not going to be Thompson Dow. I can tell you that right now. But the ones I would look into, I mean, Jacob Blight's still a bit expensive, so is McAuliffe. I look at these guys. I think Jacob Bauer is an interesting one. He might play a lot. Sam Law is probably a lock. Josh Smiley and Steely Green are probably locks, especially if Green plays. Tom Lynch is, a very interesting one. So is Gibcus. Fall is interesting. Fawcett even. Armstrong and Sims. All of those guys will be playing very early on and we'll get a lot of early action, I would assume. Luke Traynor even, he could be a guy who plays early on if he impresses in the VFL as well. So what do you guys think about Richmond in 2025 and Supercoach in 2025? Again, there's definitely a lot going on, as I said earlier. Half of Richmond's list is probably going to be in like everyone's team because there's going to be so many young players who will hopefully continue to generate cash for them and, continue just to make everyone's team much better. So if you guys, would be so kind to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel, but importantly as well, comment your thoughts and opinions down below of what do you guys think? Who are you going to add into your team? Who's some smokies you like? Some players you think are those mid-range money for Richmond that could go up, like a Kane McAuliffe at 244. Again, all of the above. Definitely let me know all of your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. Subscribe to my gaming channels and my IRL/long channels. Links for them will be in the description down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.